Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the National Guard products number 325 HD. This is an offset threshold. Offset saddle threshold is what these are known for. It's half of a saddle threshold. If you use your imagination, if this continued all the way over, it'd be a saddle, but this is an offset because one end is cut off. And this is going to be a threshold that you are going to use in applications where you are butting up from a sill to a finished floor generally, and the dimensions of this product are accordingly. It's ½ inch tall, so using it as an offset, you're going to need to have to transition a ½ inch sort of dimension. The width of this threshold is 5 inch. Okay. So an application for this threshold will be that uneven floor condition where 5 inch works and ½ inch works as well. However, this is where you're going to have outrageously heavy traffic happening over this threshold. The material thickness is 0.25. It's a 1/4 inch thick, and that is double what a standard threshold would be. Appropriate uses for this would be a car showroom where you're going to open up those big giant doors. You're going to drive the vehicle in and out. This would be the threshold appropriate for that application. If you put anything but a substantial threshold there, the weight of the vehicle is just simply going to crush and destroy the installation. Made of aluminum. The extended description below this video says that this is for fork truck or vehicular traffic doors, recommended for delivery storage doorways where heavier loads travel, greatly exceeds ANSI A156.21 load test requirements, UL 10B and 10C fire rated for up to 3 hours. It is handicap rated. It's ADA compliant. Okay. There is a link below this video to a document called Installation Instruction. It's really just the basics: measure, cut to size, install. There's a link below this video, another one, to a document called Product Brochure, which is very handy because it will allow you to review this item and National Guard's other immediate sister products as it pertains to other heavy-duty thresholds. There's the 425, which is a saddle threshold and still 5 inch. Then there is the solid 513 HD, which is only 1/4 inch tall. That might be appropriate for your application as well. Now, this is just a sample piece. This is literally just a 6 inch sample piece that I have. If this were the genuine article, it would have a countersink for the screw hole about 5 inches from the end, and then standard center to centers for whatever the length would be. If you have need for a custom length, by all means let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces, and it's simply indicate in the comment field what length you'd like for us to cut the material back to. Now the reasoning is this. This is a thick piece of aluminum. You may not have the tool, the time, or the desire to cut it to length. That's no problem. Also, you're saved from having to re-drill it and countersink a hole, and it's countersinking sometimes that can be a challenge. This is a thick piece of material that has to be drilled and countersunk. You want that flathead screw, and ideally you're using a threshold anchor, something that might be poured in concrete, especially with a heavy-duty threshold like this, that you're going to run a machine screw down to, or you're using lead anchors and then machine bolts, some sort of anchoring system that is up to the task of what you're going to be taking over this sort of threshold. One hallmark of it, and to prove, quite frankly, in my opinion, how important it is to get something securely anchored, is threshold like this is going to take a lot of force this way. It's going to take a lot of force this way as well. This incredibly wide, serrated sort of edge, which will bite into the surface of the sill, whatever it's sitting into, will greatly eliminate those lateral forces. And you'll see this as a hallmark in those heavier types of thresholds. And quite frankly, in my opinion, you're going to want to seek out, and especially National Guard products, that feature this sort of ridged construction regardless of the threshold type, because it really helps keep it in place. I've walked over countless, you have too most likely, where you walk over a doorway and your foot hits the threshold and you can hear a clank. It's because the threshold just moved. It's a poor installation. All that force this way, all that force this way, eventually, if it's not anchored the best way possible, will cause a failure. And with a heavy-duty threshold like this, whether it's fork trucks, lift hand trucks, hand carts, vehicles, if it's a car showroom, car repair shop, you're going to really want to make sure it's adequately anchored. So if you ordered a custom length, back to what we were talking about, we'll not only give you that first countersink at the proper distance from the edge, we'll cut it to length, and we'll give them the proper center to center on those countersinks as well. You'll get like number 10 by 1.5 inch wood screws with these. It's very likely that you'll want to look into some sort of other anchoring method, as just said. Now this is going to be available in a bead blasted, where it will look like it's been blasted, and it will have a coarse texture. You can get it with a SIA surface, which National Guard calls Slick It Ain't. It will be a coating over this to make it very slip resistant. You can also get this in a polished stainless as well, and it's a fluted design, and that fluted design gives you a natural amount of slip resistance. There is finally a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the National Guard products that we sell, a link to the manufacturer's website, along with a link to the full product catalog. If you have more than an occasional need for weather stripping, by all means familiarize yourself with the National Guard catalog, as their name is synonymous with commercial weather stripping. If you have any questions on the National Guard 325 HD offset 5-inch, half-inch threshold, or any other National Guard product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.